Yo, what's up, guys? Bailey here again. Hope you're all having a great day or night whenever you might be watching this. I have another story today. A pretty interesting one, a good one. A story about me being an absolute idiot and a delinquent with a situation that could have gotten a lot worse than it really did. And I'm really lucky that nothing, quotation mark, too bad happened. But this story takes place back in the summer of 2013. I was like 16, and my parents sent me and my sisters to California with my aunt because I was getting into trouble with my friends by smoking, drinking, fighting, not doing too great in school, and just overall being an asshole. And they thought I could use a different environment and new people around me to kind of like get a better grip on myself, I guess. Um, I remember I really didn't want to go because I just started talking to this girl and I wanted to spend my time with her and get to know her better, but I didn't have a choice in the matter, so that kind of fizzled out. But hey, it is what it is. Uh, but the day this story takes place is probably like in the middle of summer. Me and my cousin, who is like 2 years younger than me, we'll call him Donnie for the story. We got up around like 10 o'clock. My aunt and uncle were already gone for work, and we had really nothing to do. We were just bullshitting, playing video games, um, just dicking around, bored as fuck. So Donnie asked me if I wanted to go around driving with his friends and maybe go to the mall. I was like, shit, with nothing better to do, I mean, why not? I said, for sure. He says, all right, one sec, and he runs off out of the room for a minute. And a few minutes later, he comes back with some keys. I asked, what are the keys for? And he goes, they're the spare for my dad's truck. We're going to go take it and pick up my friends and drive around. Now, I already knew this was a bad idea. I mean, like I said, I was 16. I didn't have a license at the time, and he was only 14. I told him, that's a bad idea. We definitely shouldn't do that. And he goes, oh, come on, it's fine, man. I've done this a few times. I've never been caught. And it'll be fine. So against my better judgment, I'm like, fuck it. All right, why not? So we go outside to the truck in the driveway, and I don't remember why, but the key didn't unlock the doors. So he jumped into the bed of the truck, and the back latch of the window was broken. So he slid that open, climbed inside, and he unlocked the doors for me to get in. So he's driving. I didn't want to drive because, again, I didn't have a license. I probably should have because I was a little older than him, but I didn't want nothing to do with that. And if I fucked up, I didn't want it to be my fault. But we pulled out of the driveway with him driving and head over to his friend's house, which was only like 3 to 5 minutes down the road. We picked up two other kids who are also both 14. Um, we'll call them Peter and Jack. They jump in the back seat and we start driving around for a bit, just bullshitting. Everything's going fine until Peter asked if he could drive. Donnie said sure. Apparently Peter's drove around a bit before, and he drove with his dad or whatever. But they swapped seats, and he started driving to the mall. Everything was going fine for the first part of the drive. A cop even passed us, and Peter flipped the mirror over to the side of the window so the cop didn't see his face, that he was too young to be fucking driving. And, but that's not where things really went wrong. When we pulled into the parking lot is where things started to go bad. Peter pulled into the parking lot and decided to park near one of those grass and tree patches that were surrounded by like a curb, if you know what I'm talking about. And as he's making the turn, he makes it a little bit too quick, and the back tire jumped the curb, which in turn made him panic, hit the gas, and scrape against another car that was parked next to the spot we were going into. And as soon as I heard that scrape, me and Donnie look at each other like, oh fuck, oh fuck, this is gonna be bad. So instead of parking, Peter pulls back out, scraping even more of the truck um, over the curb again, and he gets back onto the road. Donnie's freaking out, calling Peter an idiot. I was like, you fucking dumbass, why would you do that? You're so dumb, blah, blah, blah. He's like, get the fuck out. Uh, so, so we could swap seats and I could drive. So, Donnie is driving back. We head back and drop them off and head back to our house. When we got out of the truck, there was long white scratches going down the side of the truck. We did our best to wipe off what we could, but it was still super obvious that the truck is all scratched up, and we just know we're fucked. So we go back inside and just wait and hang out for the rest of the day and try to enjoy our time and just wait for his parents, my aunt and uncle, to come home to question us about it. They came home a little late, and I'm guessing they didn't see it right away. Maybe it was just too dark at the time. And everything was fine for the night because they didn't say anything. That is, until the next day. As we were sleeping, the door slams open, waking us up, and my aunt is standing there, absolutely pissed. You can see it on her face. She tells us to get up and come outside right now. So we get up, head outside, and both my aunt and uncle are there, standing at the truck, looking at the scratch. My uncle asked, "Care to explain?" And I stayed quiet because I didn't know what the fuck to say, and I was just waiting to see what Donnie wanted to, like, how he wanted to go about this. And this fucking asshole immediately fucking tries to lie and throw me under the bus. He goes, "Yeah, Bailey took the truck." I look at him, back at my aunt and uncle, and say, "No, no, no, no. Fuck that. That's not what happened. It was his idea. I didn't even drive. It was his fault. And I told him it was a bad idea." But he just kept trying to deny it, saying he didn't know what I was talking about. He had nothing to do with it, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm pissed. Yeah, I was involved, but I'm not going to take the full blame for this when I wasn't the one who came up with the idea or even drove or fucked the truck up. I even bring up the fact I barely know anyone here. Why would I take the truck when I don't know anyone and but family and have no money to do anything? Which I thought was a good point, but my aunt and uncle didn't know who to believe. So we both got grounded, got all of his stuff taken away, and I didn't really have anything there but my phone. I don't think they took it. I can't remember 100% or not. I don't think they did, but we go back in his room and we're sitting there in silence until I look at him and ask, "What the fuck was that? Why do you try to blame me?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. I didn't want to get in trouble. Um, I was already in trouble as it is." And I was like, "Whatever, dude." And we just drop it. And after that, my aunt and uncle kept us on punishment for the rest of the summer. But I still have a few more stories of that time that I was in California. We can get into those another day. However, moral of the story is, don't do what we did. Don't joyride your parents' cars or drive if you don't have a license, because things like this could happen, or you could hurt yourself or others if you don't know what you're doing. It's literally a 1,000-pound weapon that you're driving, over 1,000-pound weapon. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and sub for me, guys. See y'all later. Peace.